Hey, it's Jody Taylor of Snacky Says. Welcome or welcome back to my podcast, the Snacky Says podcast. Today I am chatting about a few things that are totally unrelated to each other, but they're things that I have been wanting to talk about on a podcast episode, and they somehow never make the cut. Today is the day I'm going to be chatting about a few different things. So let's hop on into it. Number one, I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear my WoodWick candle? What I love about this candle is that it has exactly what it sounds like, a wooden wick. So it's giving me that fireside vibe without having a fireplace. This one is called, let me see. I have it in front of me, but there's like an official name. It's like what is it, like the triple? Oh yeah, okay, I'll just tell you the scents. So on this, it's vanilla bean, caramel, biscotti. No, vanilla bean, and then caramel, and then biscotti. So it's like three different layers. And like the first scent was vanilla bean for sure, and then caramel, and now I'm down to the biscotti. So there's only one layer. This is gonna drive me a little bit bananas. Let me find the full name. Hold on a sec. Found it. It's Cafe Sweets Trilogy. So again, vanilla bean, caramel, and then biscotti. It's three different layers. I really like this. I love the scent. Why I got this was because a couple of months ago I got a similar candle with a wooden wick. And I love that scent too, but what I really loved was the sound, and I wanted something larger. When I did a little bit of research, I found WoodWick, which might be the OG version. Not sure, don't quote me on it. These seem to retail between $24 and $34, and I think I got mine on sale for $22, if I'm not mistaken. Highly recommend. Okay, next up, I have a new place moving tip for you. Here's my new place moving tip. Get you a CLOROX. I want to get the name right. I swear I have these things in front of me, but I have too many tabs open. It is called wrong tab. Here we are. CLOROX drain cleaner here in Clog remover. I did not get this intentionally. I think I was in Target, and it stood out to me for some strange reason, and I picked it up, and it was a lucky thing because when I did have a new place, luckily I had it on hand, and it helped me greatly clean out. The person who lived in that place before me, there was a lot of hair left behind. This was not a pleasant experience at all. I don't think it would be pleasant even if it was your own hair you're getting out of a clog, but bleh. That being said, I'm glad that I had it. I also, after I used this, so it's kind of like a snake, but not really. This is a plastic stick with some thorns on it, or spikes. Not spikes, let's say thorns. You just stick it down the drain, and you literally just pull the hair up or whatever is clogged. I used it for the bathtub and the bathroom sink, and I was really greatly pleased. I think I did use it again a few months after, and there was little to nothing in the drain. So, I guess it depends. It depends on what your usage is like and what you're using like, for example, I'm just making this up. I've never washed a dog in a bathtub, but if your dog is pretty furry or hairy, maybe you need to use this more often. Anyway, I like this product. I recommend it. The new place you don't have to have a new place to use it, but if you want to use your shower facilities and sink and feel like, okay, there isn't mystery stuff down there, consider using it. Next up, I would like to chat about MK cookies. Now, cookies by MK. So there are these, I have to check, these vegan sisters. I'm sure there are plenty of vegan sisters. They're called Six Vegan Sisters. I came across them a couple of years ago. I have not purchased their cookbook or done any of their recipes, but I've been following them loosely for some time. So I saw that one of the sisters, MK, also known as Mary Kate, opened her own online cookie shop. And so I've been getting emails for a while, and I finally bit the bullet and ordered some of her vegan cookies. I got the holiday version. One thing about her, she's always releasing new flavors, like limited edition flavors. I really like these. The ones I got were huge, bigger than I expected. I would say one cookie is equivalent to 3 cookies. I don't think you'd be able to tell they were vegan. Even if I told you they were vegan, I don't think you would notice any difference, but not in the way that I talked about with the world's best cookie. Their vegan cookies are next level. Vegan or not vegan, those cookies easily are in my top 3. These cookies I really enjoy. They are very different. I mean, just because they're vegan cookies, that doesn't mean anything. Like, these are larger, I think softer, very sweet. Like, if you have a sweet tooth, these are definitely for you. Can you hear the WoodWick candle, by the way? Are you getting a fireplace vibe? I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but I love this thing. Anyway, these cookies are for you if you have a sweet tooth. They're very shareable. If you like sharing your food, you can split it in half and share with someone. I'm actually going to look up and see the flavors that I got. Hold on. Okay, I got the New Year's Eve 6-pack. That's what I got. 6-pack like abs. I got hot cocoa, and that was like a dark chocolate, I think, and it had marshmallows in it, which I loved because I haven't had marshmallows since I cut out dairy and meat products, or cut down, because I have had some dairy most recently back in October and November, I think. October and November 2023. That was really good. Very sweet. Funfetti, same thing. I haven't had anything like a funfetti cake or anything like that. Chocolate peanut butter, which, just like it sounds like, that was the very last one that I had, and probably my least favorite because it's very similar to what I would have had before. The hot cocoa is something that I wouldn't usually have had. How can I put this? I think chocolate peanut butter was something that, like a common cookie, I would have had, whereas the hot cocoa one with the chocolate bar on top and the marshmallow fluff, it wasn't a marshmallow, it was more like a marshmallow fluff that you would get in a Hostess snowball. It just felt like more of a treat. The red velvet halfsies, it was half red velvet and then half a chocolate chip cookie. These are fun cookies. And I loved what she did with the packaging. It was simple packaging, but it felt festive because of the shredded paper inside. I'm just going to take a quick look on her site now and see what's available. So I'm recording this the end of January 2024. So it doesn't look like she has any special themes. No big surprise. Like, it's not like it's Christmas or New Year's Eve or Halloween or anything like that. I suspect maybe she'll have like a spring cookie or something like that, or some other occasion. I just want to check one more. Oh, okay. So I'm just checking my email. She does have a couple of new flavors out as of this recording: Almond Joy and white chip cookie butter. Okay. I love coconut, so Almond Joy sounds like it could be fun. All right. Do I have anything else? I feel like there was one. Oh, yes, I have a micro fitness / life update. So if you've been listening for a while, or if you haven't, I'll just tell you one of the things I struggle with. It makes it sound like I struggle with dozens of things, but a big thing that I struggle with, as I laugh, is holiday and winter blues. And for me, that's November, December, January. January never disappoints. It is always a very, very tough month for me. I really hate this month, and I cannot wait for it to be over. This January was no exception. I tried my best, but I fell short. November and December were okay. I was super intentional. I tried like my version of the soft life, or like soft fitness life, but January rolled around, and like clockwork, I just felt sideways. So I was hoping in my mind, that in the end of January or February, I could be like, success, this is how I did it. I had a partial success. Again, like 2 out of the 3 months were okay, or at least I can say better than last year or previous year. I never know when to use prior and previous. I feel like I mixed those up. But anyway, yes, an improvement over the last few years. And again, I was super intentional about wanting this period to be different, but January ended up not being different. Actually, that's not what I was going to tell you. What I was going to tell you was related was one of the things I did was sign up for an in-person dance class, which was a lot of fun. I ended up going to 3 classes in January, which really helped. Like, it helped me get out. It helped me kind of shake out of my doldrums. Doldrums is a very light word. What's heavier than doldrums? But anyway, it helped me. But the class got canceled because not enough people signed up for it. So that's my mini micro fitness update. It was different. I found that my at-home workouts really helped with the dance class, like the warm-ups, the stretching, the running around. Thank God my cardio has improved over the years. My endurance, rather, has improved. So that's a little update. I don't know if I'll talk about this again. Maybe Christmas is already coming. Maybe next holiday season. I do want to conquer this. Conquer is such a strong word. I do want to have, because it's 3 months is like a good chunk of the year, right? I want to have a better experience in the winter, and A for effort, but I just did not pull it off, especially in January. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to keep trying. Yeah. That was just a circle back and follow up. So I guess that's about it. I do want to add one more thing. This is for not just content creators, but anyone who is sending emails. And I feel like I mentioned this before. Definitely I mentioned it to my snackers, to paid subscribers, but I may not have mentioned it here on the public side of Snacky Says podcast. And I'm going to be making some changes to paid subscriptions. So look forward to that. There'll be a separate episode and update. I will put it in the next Snacky Says newsletter. If not in January, then in February. And I'll certainly be talking about that. So look forward to that. There's going to be some changes to paid subscribers. But the tool I wanted to recommend is Grammarly Pro. You probably already use Grammarly in your emails. I've been using Grammarly in my emails and in Google Docs for years. But someone mentioned to me that they use Grammarly Pro and they paid for it. I've looked into paying for it before, but I'm always looking for like discounts and promo codes. And I was waiting until Black Friday. Nothing came up. And I finally bit the bullet and paid for it. I just paid for it annually because I don't like to have monthly expenses if I can avoid it. And oh my gosh, it is worth every penny. I don't know. I know some of you don't read the show notes at all. And some of you only read the show notes and you'll never hear this episode. But I've known, another tool I use is Cast Magic. So I record an episode like this one, and then I put it into Cast Magic, and Cast Magic writes my show notes. And then I tweak it, put it in Substack, put it in the show notes. And then Grammarly Pro was like, this is cool, but watch me make it better. And it makes it better. And it makes it more cohesive, and kind of cuts out things that I don't need. Even though as you can tell, I talk the way that I think. And that obviously is going to come across in the show notes. And so it tries to correct me. And I would say 90% of the time, I'm like, sure, Grammarly Pro, sure. And there are other times where I'm like, nah, that's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. Because if you change it and make it grammatically correct, then what I was trying to convey, it just doesn't come across. So I just wanted to mention those two things. If you are looking, I really wanted to mention Grammarly Pro, but I also recommend Cast Magic. If you want transcripts, it's an AI tool. If you want your transcripts to be kind of condensed, like when I did the podcast episode with my friend Chisomo Fajardo, it was chef's kiss. It took everything that we said and just made it into these, it just came up with this lovely bio for her, and it came up with these great show notes, and I was just like, love it. So I recommend it. Grammarly Pro, I recommend to kind of streamline your emails or your writing. It really, really helps. I just thought of that, so I thought I'd mention it. Again, these are things that I've wanted to mention. I wanted to circle back, but they don't necessarily, if I didn't say this earlier, they don't necessarily fit into other episodes that I've recorded. So there you go. So those are some things that I wanted to chat about and update. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. If you got this far, I appreciate you. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast episode or any of my podcast episodes, you can subscribe, please, if you haven't already, at jody.substack.com. And please share with a friend or three. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.